transfer madness. Boy, I just can't keep up with what's going on. Too much things going on. Transfers going on out of nowhere. Big money. Ongoing talks, etc., etc. Straight into the Mark Guehi situation. Bid got rejected. I weren't surprised. That's how it usually starts. Still seems positive on both sides, both clubs, players, etc. For me, a lot of the fans are buzzing, are gassed by this. I'm gassed by the initial individual. Mark Guehi just turned 24. Positive signing. Can only imagine the back four lineup. Young, Prem experience, done well in the Euros, done spoke about it already. Call me crazy, it's my opinion. I just think the price, even 60 mil, yeah, the market's crazy, all the English tax, blah, blah, blah. I don't know, man. I know he's got 2 years left on his contract. Spoke to one Palace fan, the Palace of back of the nest, a partner in crime on certain panels, on certain channels. He's saying he wants more, but he thinks it's a good deal overall for both parties. I think it's a positive signing. 60 to 65 mil. Just had a knee surgery in Feb. Yes, he's come back strong. I don't know. I think we can spend that money elsewhere. All depending on all this PSR madness and if we spend that much on Guehi, can we spend it elsewhere? I don't know the ins and outs. No one does. People say Danvers is getting on, Fabian Schär is getting on, correct. Lascelles has got a long injury, but he's still to come back. Botman, big blow. God knows when he's coming back. So I get it. And it is a positive signing if it happens, and I'm rating it 65 mil. I don't know. Not for me. I'd rather look elsewhere first, to be honest. But most fancies buzzed about it. If it happens, if it does get over the line, of course, it's positive. I'll be cool with it. But I'm a bit suspect. Don't know what your thoughts are. Most people's thoughts that I've spoken to are not agree with me. They're like, bro, 60 mil, 65, whatever. Then they compare to Everton wants 70 mil plus whatever for Braithwaite. But that's Everton. Whatever. Everyone has their own ideas of what they want to sell for. Try and get as much as you can. But if I look at it as an overall, everything, put everything in perspective, I think for both sides, it's a good look, really. And the fact that Mark Guehi, apparently, he's keen for the move. Doesn't just want the move, he's keen, he's up for it. And he seems like the kind of caliber of player, his attitude, how he comes across. Mark Guehi definitely looks like an Eddie Howe kind of signing for me. So, what will be. But if you're just looking at it on paper, the likes of Guehi, Botman when he's back, Tino Livramento on the right, Lewis Shaw on the left, still got trips if he's still there, etc. And the others to come back from injuries. That's a good look. Just ironic. And it's a young back four. It will look good. And it's ironic, quite a few of them, or 3 of them, of that lineup I just said, are former Chelsea Academy players. That's ironic. But on to the Chelsea thing. Omorodion. You know what? He's 20 years old. He was on loan at Alvarez in La Liga. They finished 10th. He had 34 starts, 35 starts, I think. Got 8 goals. He's 20 years old. Prospect. Promising. But that just seems like where Chelsea seem to be going non-stop. Looking for promise, and hopefully you can get a huge payback if they have to sell on. That's the motto that looks like Chelsea right now. I thought the Omorodion thing was really going to happen. It could still happen. See how it goes with the whole Lukaku guy in Napoli, etc., etc. Who knows? But Victor Omorodion to Chelsea, that'll be a big statement signing for them. And I think most of the Chelsea fans will be cool with that. But right now, from what I'm hearing, I think it's even agreed. Terms are agreed. I'm sure it's 35 million they're saying for Atletico to sell to Chelsea. It's a merry-go-round, really. And if he does come, just like he is, just like everyone else, Nicholas Jackson, etc., just give him time. I think he looks decent from what I've seen for his age. He looks quite decent in the air as well. He looks quite fast. He looks quite strong. So it could be a good look. He's only 20 years old. Only 20 years old. He was on loan at Alaves. Didn't do too bad. And like I said, from what I've seen a few times now. He's quite good in the air. Quite decent in the air. He looks strong. But is that what Chelsea need? I don't know. You tell me. I ain't a Chelsea fan. Then they go on to Conor Gallagher, Maraska, some other people agreeing that it's the rules that make clubs sell their academy players, English players per se. But they say it's the rules, but there isn't an actual rule to say you have to sell your academy players. But I get it, it's a difficult one. Conor Gallagher for me, when you go on the bigger shows, on the bigger media platforms, they say, oh, all the Chelsea fans are pissed. For what I've seen in here from the past last season, even when for me, Gallagher, I like Gallagher. I think he done even very well towards the end of the season. Hardly missed a game. He was captain, loved the club, he's Chelsea through and through. But when they say all the Chelsea fans are pissed, from what I've heard, it doesn't seem that all the Chelsea fans are pissed if he goes. Just like it's quite split. But the mainstream media always seem to make it out it's just all the Chelsea fans are pissed. From what I've seen in here, that doesn't seem to be the case. If I was a Chelsea fan, I would be pissed that Gallagher left. Sometimes I think you need a man like that. They say, yeah, he just runs around, blah, blah, blah. But there's a bit more to him than that. Yes, at Palace, he looked more forward thinking and trying to get goals, etc. But sometimes you need a bit of balance. And for me, I wouldn't mind a Gallagher in my squad. The fact that he's Chelsea through and through as well, knows what it means to wear the shirt. I think sometimes, not even sometimes, you need to have some of your homegrown players, especially if they're coming through the ranks into the first team and they're there, they're playing games, and as a captain, I think it's a madness. But he only had a few minutes apparently to go before he had to agree to go to Atletico Madrid. I think that's going through, was it 43 million euros? Like, come on, Atletico Madrid ain't a bad place to go. Like, they won the League of Champions not long ago. Diego Simeone, they got some ballers there. It's Atletico Madrid, it's in Madrid. But I used to say Gallagher actually wanted to move abroad. You got the personal side of things. But it is what it is. What's he going to do? Just sit there and see out his contract. They say he rejected the contract offer. He's going to be looking at it thinking, who knows what he's actually offering him. But he probably was nowhere near what other players are getting. And he's thinking, no, I've got to look after myself, number one. But at the same time, was he really going to sit there and see out his contract? No. Conor Gallagher is a man that needs to be playing ball. This needs to be playing ball. So that looks like that's happening or is happening. Then you go on to Man City. Bloody hell, you can't make this shit up. You got a player basically back up to Haaland. And if I'm right on what I'm quoting, £81 million, £64 million up front. You know what, Man City, that's a big W for Man City. Me personally, I think it's a big loss. But you know what Man City's got up their sleeve. And Man City are just Man City. Alvarez or no Alvarez, Haaland was injured quite a few times last season and they still bloody won the league. You used to say they're favourites again. I think they're favourites again regardless. You used to say they're finishing the market. You used to say who they're going for. Some people are telling me they're going to come back in for Bruno Guimaraes or one that actually came in for Bruno Guimaraes. But the interest has always been there. They're saying that's the Bruno money and all this nonsense. And 115 charges or not, Alvarez money or not, Man City want to go for a player, they're going to go for a player. Let's just hopefully they stay away from us and leave Bruno out. And I'm sure he's came out or the mood is that Bruno's cool. Newcastle keep him all our top players thus far. You never know, things can just change rapidly. Likes of Liverpool might come in and try and snatch Gordon or some crazy bid for Isak. You don't know. But I think we're good. But yeah, Man City, 81 mil. And you know what? Probably suits Alvarez. It's Madrid. Probably more cultured for him there, speaking Spanish, etc. Him and his family. And you know what? When you really check it, he probably doesn't want to be the number 2 guy no more. 81 mil, he's definitely going to be looking at him and himself as the number 1. He must have had conversations with that Atletico Madrid hierarchy and the coach to say, look, am I going to be the main guy? Or one of the main guys? He's definitely going to be 81 mil. Has to be first team. Fair play to him. Came to England, different country. He's done it all. He's won everything. Why not go for a different challenge? On the Man City side of things, I personally think that's a big loss. Alvarez is a baller. Let's not get it twisted. We know this. And to be honest, he probably will shine more at Madrid if he gets first team and be the main guy and take the next step and see how it goes there. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting what Man City do. Are they going to try and just carry on? They've got other forward players, one of the Brazilian guys they brought in, got other forward players. They can mix and match. Try and keep Haaland fit for most of the season. But who knows? Man City might go in again and try and find another Argentinian or a Brazilian, pay 14 or 13 mil, have it for a couple of seasons, sell them on again. 81 mil. Nah, they're taking the piss. They're taking the piss. And Man City can afford to do that. Newcastle can't just say, we can get big money for Isak. We can't afford to lose him. No, none of the big clubs with their main strikers can do that. But Man City got a man basically on the bench, even though he had 31 starts out of 38 Prem games. It just shows where they're at. Pep's cool with that. Araki's cool with it. 81 mil, can't go wrong. Love to hear your thoughts though. There's so many other transfers, talks and things going on, not just in the Prem, abroad. That's for another day. I'm Julian Dread. Hit a like, hit a sub if you ain't. Love to hear your comments on the thoughts of these particular transfers. Peace.